Monday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Panthers Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. There we are. All right. If you're on Facebook, do us a solid. Like the page, share the post. Like the page, share the post. Like the page, share the post. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button. Saints get absolutely annihilated by the Carolina Panthers. Panthers took the opening kick, went down and scored with ease. The Saints ran only 17 plays in the first half. A game that was really never close. A couple of really bad interceptions by Jameis. And that game was awful. So, and even when they scored and made it 17-7, right at the start of the fourth quarter, I'm thinking, golly, if only they'd gotten that field goal before half instead of the big, off your back foot falling down turnover. You'd be in a one-score game there in the fourth quarter. But, man, that was never going to go the Saints' way. I picked Carolina to win that game. Thought it would probably be closer than it was, but man, you just can't. The margin in the NFL between winning and losing is so slim. I mean, everybody is a professional. Look at Baltimore and Kansas City last night. It's just. I mean, even Washington and the Giants, it's a 1-point game. I mean, look at the field goal that was missed, and then it goes an infraction. And so, you know what I mean? It's just the margin in the NFL is so small. You cannot have a situation where your starting center is out, your all-pro wide receiver is out, your all-pro cornerback is out, your Pro Bowl nickel safety is out, your first-round draft pick defensive end is out, your starting weak side linebackers. Like, you just can't. Like, you can't run a preseason team out there in a regular season game and expect to have good results. So, hey man, Mike D's old adage about, he texted me after the game. Mike D's old adage about losing your starting center. Teams that lose their starting center fail to cover 80% of the time the following week. Hits again, man. He texted me last night laughing his T. Heine off. Let's say some good mornings here. Alex Day. Good morning. Matt, you said the Saints would not look like trash. I picked Carolina to win, bro. Can't lose that many people and expect to go win games in the NFL. Brady Smith, good morning. Joey Vincent, good morning. Jesse Brown, good morning. Getting heckled here at the office in Charlotte. Told him it would be a different game in NOLA. It will, Jesse. I mean, that's no doubt. But you should have gone into that game telling them how that was going to go, because that was obvious. I mean, I wanted to be dead wrong, but I wasn't going to be dead wrong. Strong Side Sports and Collectibles, good morning. Andrew Brister, Shannon Maggio, good morning. Stephen Miller, good morning. Is this an early morning start? 7:25? Maybe we are a little early today. Bill Schmid, good morning. Megan Hurst, good morning. Lenny Moss, Aaron Brooks 2.0. No, and I actually kind of resent when people say that, because, and I know you don't mean anything by it, Lenny, but it's like, I mean, I know why people make that, because he's a black quarterback, he's wearing number 2, and I mean, I get it. But no, I don't really see the similarities, even circumstantially, around the organization or the players. I mean, Aaron Brooks is not nearly as physically gifted as Jameis from arm talent, ability, all that stuff. But what you saw yesterday was how important your starting center is. I mean, when Jameis was pressured up the middle, he got sacked with Ruiz giving up the sack up the middle. He had a ball batted down in his face. It was, Ruiz could get the defender's hands down. I mean, when you have a Pro Bowl caliber center like Eric McCoy, and all of a sudden he's gone, and you affect the battery, matters. Excuse me. Larry Freeman, good morning. Lawrence Burley, good morning. No, here's the good news, though. They should be healthier this week. Hopefully you get C.J. Garner-Johnson back. You get, hopefully, Marshawn Lattimore back. If you're a little healthier to go to New England, great. But you're also going to New England and you'll face a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones. So, the more, I would say, you'll get your staff back. The more film there is on Mac Jones, obviously the better teams are going to be prepared to play against him. New England did win yesterday. They beat the Jets, whatever. So let's see if the Saints can right it. And in New England, told y'all from the beginning, my whole thing about the first 5 games of the season was that it had to be a 3-2. Get to 3-2 through the first 5 going into your bye. And I think when you get healthier coming off the bye, going into week 7, you should have Mike Thomas back. You'll have Will Lutz back by then. Hopefully you have Quan and Davenport back by then. And then week 8 you'll get Onyemata back for your 7th game. So you're going to get better, but you got to be above. You have to have your head above water. You got to be above 500 going into your bye week 5. So you're 1-1. You got to go 2-1 in these next 3. I think you'll beat the Giants at home. You got to split New England and Washington. You split New England and Washington. Go into the bye 3-2. I'm happy. Samuel Merrifield, Matt, thoughts on Jameis long term? Well, if you had asked me that question last week, I would have said, I think he's got a ton of potential to be really good. And you would have agreed. And you asked me it today, and I say, I think he's got a ton of potential to be really good. And you probably disagree, because sometimes we're prisoners of the moment of a small sample size. So I want to see him with Sean Payton more. I want to see him with the offense whole. I want to see him with a starting center and with Mike Thomas out there. James got sacked on one play because Adam Troutman whiffed on the block coming across the formation, and he couldn't get to Hassan Reddick in time. It's like, young player learning, Brian Wynn, good morning. Let's see. Stephen Miller, too much for the Saints to overcome with all the misfortunes on Sunday. But you cannot, I'll say it again, you cannot roll out in an NFL game with a practice squad roster and expect to go win games. You just can't do it, bro. Brian Wynn, Matt, do you think Cam Newton gets picked up by a team this year? Who would he be a good fit for? I do, Brian, because injuries happen. Inevitably, we've already seen it here through the first part of the season. You had Fitzpatrick get hurt, Tua got hurt yesterday. Inevitably, there will be a team that picks up Cam that has a quarterback injury that they need a guy. What's up, Steve Colson? Winston's not a championship quarterback. Sell crypto. Hell no, bro. Buy the dip. I bought the dip yesterday on GameCoin. Loaded up with some more. It's going to be a big week. Sell your crypto. Get out of here, Steve. Good luck with Cellivate. Y'all go buy some Cellivate today. Support my guy, Steve Colson. And also, HODL. Do not panic sell your crypto. Do not listen to Steve and panic sell. William Kimbrough, what's up? Chase Pellegrin, good morning. I know you're going to talk about it all week. What are your early thoughts on the Tigers this weekend? I think LSU's got a great chance to beat Mississippi State. I think LSU's Jimmys and Joes are better. And I sincerely hope that LSU has learned its lesson from last year against Mississippi State. Now, I'm not a prisoner of the moment because I did pick Memphis to beat Mississippi State. That was a trap spot for State, no doubt. After an emotional win over NC State, looking ahead to LSU on the road at little old Memphis, it was obvious to see why that was going to be a challenge. And it was. So I'm not surprised that Memphis won that game, even if it was under controversy. Which, well, it was close either way. But yeah, I like LSU in that game. My one gigantic concern is Zach Arnett's a really good defensive coordinator who's known for dialing up pressure, and LSU's offensive line has not really been very good so far. Can they keep Max upright? Lennon Moss, yeah, I meant the carelessness, couldn't help the flashbacks. James is way better. No, do people think about the number 2? And I get it. Andrew Brister, when did the Saints get coaches back from COVID? Great question. It should be this week. I mean, just going by the precedent prior, if I'm not mistaken, it's 10 days. Or it's three negative COVID tests. You have to get 3 negative COVID tests or 10 days. So should be this week. Let's see. Chase Pellegrin, are you doing your show with T-Bop today? Supposed to be. I need to confirm with him, but I would assume we'll do it after OTB at around 10 o'clock. Let's see. Brian and Andy Penn, good morning. From Chi-Town. Offense played bad yesterday. Go Tigers. Everybody played bad yesterday. I mean, here's another thing you learn. Zach Bond is not a starting weak side linebacker. And so it was Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey is special, but every team in the NFL has somebody who's an NFL caliber back. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're Zach Bond and you have a good coach, and Joe Brady's a good coach, and he found that mismatch, I like Quan Alexander covering Christian McCaffrey. I don't like Zach Bond covering Christian McCaffrey. Preston Clark, hey Matt, I'm one of those psychotic AMC stock apes. Would you happen to be one? I don't know what a psychotic AMC stock ape is, so no, I'm not. And I don't know if you're saying that's good or bad, like if you're buying AMC stock or not. I really don't know. Like I don't, like I have my 401k, but I don't trade in the stock market, like day trade or anything like that, or leverage trade. So no, I'm not. I'm only mildly familiar with what happened with like GameStop and AMC and all that stuff. But no, so no, I guess is the answer. Steve Colston was telling me about crypto. He thinks I should sell my crypto, and I'm not selling my crypto. Leo Williams, Richie Burt looks for lots of tight ends and running backs over the middle this weekend against Mississippi State. Absolutely, until LSU can prove they can stop it. You're absolutely right. We're going to see it. But look, they did a pretty good job with it this week. Albeit Central Michigan, but still. Tim Gotro, good morning. Jeremy WC. Couldn't watch because of TV markets in Oklahoma favored Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield games. That's interesting. Is that why they do it? I didn't think so. I figured they would do that. Like, it's all regional, huh? Eric Waterrotter, trying my best not to overreact to one game, but combined yesterday with the constant camp chatter that we only completed a few deep balls, I'm worried about our ability to push the balls. You didn't worry about that last week when we hit Deontay Harris on a deep ball. I mean, yesterday was just a disaster. I mean, no Eric McCoy, and the line fell apart. Let's see. All right. 4 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 3 passes defended, and 11 quarterback hits. They got after him all day, bro. I mean, he was under constant duress. Offensive line was not good yesterday. Where are we? Trivia Carter, good morning. FedEx Field curse, gotta hope not. How about that game? Well, you know what? That was the game. Was it 2014? It was the game when the last game Rob Ryan coached LSU. He was fired, or LSU, the Saints. Sorry. He was fired after that game when Samaje Perine went nuts. I didn't overreact to week one win like some did, thinking Super Bowl, and I refused to overreact to yesterday. We'll be okay in the long run. I still think the Saints have a legit playoff team. Tim, look, before the season, I said I thought they'd be on one side of 500 either way, either 9-8 or 8-9. Hope it's 9-8, and I hope that's good enough to get in the playoffs. That was my pick for the season. Now then, they did goad me into picking the Saints to win the division when we did our division picks with Musso and Paul, but realistically, when I was asked for a record pick, I just think they've got to be above 500 going into the open date. If they're 3-2 going into the bye, I've said that I'll be consistent. Find a way to go 2-1 in these next three. Like, if it had happened the other way and they lost to Green Bay and beaten Carolina, I'd feel I might feel actually better because I won the division game. But anyway, let's see. A Kiner start or more early reps? I think so. I don't know if he starts on the road against State, but I'd start him. Tomas, good morning. Winston's main improvement is to learn how to pick up blitzes, which is extremely coachable. He'll be fine. I agree. Matt, Harvard James play well when you're sacked 5 times and pressure in your face every play. True. Let's see. Good call on the Panthers pick, Matt. I expected the loss as well, but I think the Saints will be fine once they get back to New Orleans, have their coaches back. Yeah, I think it's less about being in New Orleans, and certainly having the coaches back would matter, but it's more about getting your players back. When I saw the game day inactives, and I was like, and you heard Lattimore and C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Quan and Warner and Hanson, you're like, who's going to play linebacker? I mean, do they have anybody other than Zach Bond? Is that it? Is it just Mari Davis and Zach Bond and that's it for the rest? You run P.J. Williams out there instead of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I mean, you're deficient at every spot from who your normal starter should be. As always, shout out to Brock, y'all. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Remind y'all that Brock Rock and Wine is coming up on October the 30th. That's the open date. So Brock Rock and Wine, it's at the Renaissance Hotel and in Baton Rouge. You can buy tickets at brortho.com, brortho.com. And all the money raised for the Brock Foundation goes to provide athletic training services for high schools all around the area. So brortho.com for ticket info. And of course, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. You can email me directly. I would happily facilitate Matt at hudcoroofing.com, Matt at hudcoroofing.com. Let's see, Saints looked out of it from the start. They did. Well, they were. I mean, when on the opening drive of the game, when they hit McCaffrey on that crosser, and he dusted Zach Bond. Let's see, here it was. It was the second play of the game for 32 yards. They went handoff McCaffrey, then they threw McCaffrey the pass, the little crosser in the middle, and he went for 32 yards where he just beat Zach Bond. At that point, you just kind of knew, like that was the day it was going to go. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 plays. I'm sorry, 5 plays. 5-play touchdown drive, 5 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes, boom, 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 boom. And then the Saints get the ball, quick 3 and out, and you're like, It, just that kind of day, man. Let's see. I mean, we had Ian Book making substitutions for the offense. It's old school, bro. That's like the West Canyon Coyotes when Lance Harbor becomes the coach. And how did the coach on the other team not know what was going to be? I mean, of course you're running the hook and ladder. Bad coaching on the other team. Let's see. Region locked, yes, named QBs help with ratings here. Deep Southeast Oklahoma only gets Saints games unless nationally televised. Okay. Interesting. Travis Daisy O-line was bad. They were bad. I mean, the whole offense was bad. Bond was terrible. He was. It's funny too, man, because I think he might have led the team in tackles. But that means if you lead the team in tackles, they're probably targeting you. No, Davis had 12. Bond had 7. I think Bond led him last week, but he played a lot of garbage time, obviously, after Saints were blowing him out. Where are we? You could tell the time it was off with Ruiz at center. I mean, I was glad it worked out well in the middle of the game last week against Green Bay, but it was just obvious, man. When another team had a plan for it, they exposed it. Richie Burt, look for lots of tight ends or running backs over the middle against Mississippi State. I would agree. Sam, look for a lot of zone from LSU, hopefully. Sam Dixon, good morning. Sean Comiskey, morning, Matt. How much longer will Kevin Falk be around? I think he's just a name for recruiting and player relationships. I think, Sean, there's 2 parts to that question. One, and with complete sensitivity to the Falk family, obviously, we expressed condolences last week. But specifically to your question, Sean, about on-field stuff. I think one part of that is how much longer does this staff as a whole have, right? Depending on how the season goes. I know we've talked about that. So that could be your answer. But, let's say if they do turn it around or whatever, I wonder how much of the running back issues are evaluation. I would say also it's really tough. Like I've said, there were some of the rotations I did not like last year. So I'm not saying he's without blame, but I also sure would have liked to have seen John Emery on this team. And maybe we will, and maybe it improves. So I definitely think that that's one of the positions you'd absolutely look at after this season, depending on how it goes. Scott Chauvin, Sunday night game, Ravens Chiefs was a good one. Our boy Murray was running his butt off. Latavius Murray scored a touchdown last night. Unfortunately, Clyde fumbled right at the end, which cost Kansas City a chance at a potential game-winning field goal. But happens, man. You live and learn. Great ball security. I don't think Clyde fumbled at all at LSU in 2019. I don't think he fumbled once in the 2019 season. But always really good ball security. But just popped out last night. One of the things. Hey, Dylan Landry, good morning. Scott Fields, good morning. Preston Clark. Matt, apes are basically people who buy the AMC stock and hold foolishly, even through the insane red dips. Thanks for responding. Got it. No, what Steve was referring to earlier was crypto. So y'all have heard me talk a little about GameCoin. So GameCoin had this parabolic run up. It's not even 3 months old yet, but when you're that young, you have volatility. So they had this parabolic run up, and then one person on Thursday or Friday sold a large amount. It kind of created a panic sell, so there's a big correction, and now people are buying the dip, buying it back up. So big week though coming for GameCoin. I'll spill some of the beans. They're going to make their first 3 charitable donations. So part of I know a lot of people don't understand even what it is. It's a crypto project. It's founded in Baton Rouge. It's one of the fastest growing cryptocurrencies in the world. It's been less than 90 days. The market cap's over 400 million. It's insane. But part of their algorithm is written to where a certain number of coins are transacted upon. It's called a reflection. Money automatically goes into this wallet that's earmarked for charity and for marketing. They've not spent a single dollar in marketing yet, which is incredible. I think they haven't even started really promoting it. But they have a high 6-figure number already earmarked for charity that they're going to be starting to give out. And they're making their first 3 donations to IDA impacted areas today. And it's all for youth sports organizations is the idea behind it. So I'm pretty excited. Y'all are going to see some content on that later in the week. So and there's way more to come to. It's just exciting, man. It's good dudes behind that project with great intentions and fast growing, and they're working through growing pains that they weren't anticipating having so early, obviously. But it's a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun to watch. Let's see. Do just a few more minutes here. I gotta go wake up Drew. Let's get. Are the running back issues due to talent or linemen being terrible? Well, the offensive line not being good obviously is an impact, Richie. But then think about like what Corey Kiner did in the fourth quarter: spin move, stiff arm. Can you make yards after contact? That's where I think you need an elite back, and maybe Kiner's that guy. Maybe John Emery will be that guy. Gray Schuler, what's up, man? Thoughts on Saints and Tigers' upcoming games this weekend? No biggie. Really hope that the Saints get healthy. If they, especially defensively, if they do, I think they can cause some problems for Mac Jones. I mean, rookie quarterback still learning the NFL. And hang on one second. All right. Sorry. All right. A few more minutes. And then Gray, you asked about as far as LSU. I do think LSU. Someone asked me yesterday what I thought the opening line was going to be for LSU State, and I said Tigers 3.5, and it's Tigers 3.5. So nervous about it. 11 a.m. All that stuff. Starkville Cowbells, maybe a sleepy morning. Mike Leach crossing routes. I mean, I know it, all this stuff. We'll see. But yeah, I think close ball game. Hopefully Tigers can go get one on the road. Winston MVP debate just cleared. I don't know who was talking about him being the MVP. Like those are people who are prisoners of the moment in one game. Travis Roy, more than Matt. Appreciate the crypto insight. Still waiting for Capital One to acknowledge my Coinbase account so I can get on this. Remember, Travis, you also need Crypto.com account. So you have to buy Binance Coin through Crypto.com. But yeah, man. And look, here's the great news too for everyone who's trying to buy Gamecoin. Very soon, it is going to become way easier to buy Gamecoin. Now, once it goes to a more mainstream exchange, obviously more people will buy it, so the price will go up. So the deal won't be as good, but it's still incredibly early. Like you'll do great. So, hey Dad, good morning, Brian and Andy Pinton. When will it be easier to get it? Yeah, Brian. Gosh. I don't know if I should so within a few weeks. Let's see. Rapping Batches, what's up? Trade a second to the Bengals for Tyler Boyd. Or just get Mike Thomas healthy. I never get excited to the Saints during the regular season anymore. I'll watch, of course, but I'm not going to get my hopes up until I see playoff wins. Too many heartbreaks. Part of being a fan, right? Joseph Norton, morning, Matt. You should definitely open AFR Saints segment with Moore's diddly poo clip. Maybe I'll do that. We sucked. SBC 1689, does Max throw better on the run? Seems like he has more zip when he's moving. I think, I don't know if he throws better or more zip, but I do think he is a better player with tempo. I don't think he wants to have a 5-step drop, hit the back foot, survey the field. You know what I mean? I think tempo, one read or an outlet, and move on. I think that helps him. It takes a lot of the thinking out of him. Not to say he can't think, it's just more natural and instinct takes over. Brad David, when did you really start to get into whiskey? Oh, it's been about 4 years now. Because I needed to stop drinking so much beer. Because, a beer is never just a beer. I love beer, but if I drank a beer, it would be like, hey, let's have 4 or 5 beers, and that just makes you fat. So I need to find a healthier alternative. Not saying whiskey's healthy, but a healthier alternative. So I could pour an ounce of whiskey neat and sip on it for, for 30 minutes and be completely content with that. Is Gamecoin going to be the crypto exchange in Wyoming? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Tommy Nelson, good morning. All right, y'all. I think, Tommy, you jumped on right as we're about to get off, right? I got to go get Drew ready, get him out. School day for Drew, so got to get him to St. Lillian. Let's see, all the good stuff today, man. Locked on LSU coming up later. Hopefully we'll have the new Scone and Tea podcast. Planning to record it today. If not, that's what we agreed to. We didn't set a time. I would assume we'd do it around 10 a.m. Get it up by before lunch. So Locked on LSU, Scone and Tea, AFR 3 o'clock. It'll be a good day. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Please like the page, share the post. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all later. Peace.